Good morning, everyone. My name is MightyStream, and I'm going to do your January the 8th Spiritual Principle a Day in a Meditation. You can reach me at recoveryofhope21@gmail.com. We have some new subscribers, and I want to welcome you aboard into our small community. Appreciate your subscribing, and I hope you continue to enjoy the meditations. The title of today's meditation is Facing Our Responsibilities, and it goes right in hand with the one for just for today entitled Growing Up. Okay, this is what it says. We can no longer blame people, places, and things for our addiction. We must face our problems and our feelings. Basic text, chapter 3, Why Are We Here? When we were using, denial shielded us from recognizing the part we played in our own destruction. We blamed our circumstances or the people around us for our drug use. Every once in a while, some light would shine through the cracks in our denial. A quiet voice within us said, if you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to keep getting what you're getting. By the time we stumbled into the rooms of NA, self-deception was often second nature. We may have been so used to blaming others that it took work for us to spot this mindset and still more work for us to fully appreciate its implication. Personal inventories help us understand our distorted sense of reality. Let me reread that for you. Personal inventories help us understand our distorted sense of reality. We decipher our part, no more, no less, and take responsibility for it. Yes, we may have been intentionally hurtful at times. Just as often, though, our intentions were good, or at least very human. We attempted to wrestle some sense of security and significance from an uncertain world. We put ourselves in a position to be hurt, or we clung to others in hopes that they might save us from ourselves. Understanding the patterns in our thinking and behavior helps us recognize them when they crop up again, as they often do. Some of us are survivors of unspeakable trauma. We have real emotional wounds caused by wartime combat, physical or sexual assault, natural disasters, or extreme poverty. We are not at fault for these horrific experiences. We find ways to reckon with our trauma in our own time, and often with help from resources outside NA. Our responsibility begins when the steps uncover a need for more work. Real healing takes courage and persistence. Recovery gives us the opportunity to know ourselves, to answer to our own conscience, and to own our part instead of blaming forces outside ourselves. We take responsibility and reap the rewards that come from being accountable for our actions. We're capable of feeling the whole range of human emotions and ready to face life on life's terms. I will not hide behind the disease of addiction today, nor will I cast blame on others in my orbit. I will practice responsibility by accepting my part in the problem and my role in the solution. Let's take a moment of silence, followed by the we version of the Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence now, please. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, please and thank you. This is a huge meditation. And I don't want to take a whole lot of your time unpacking, but I do want to make sure, because some of you gravitate more towards the spiritual principle a day in a meditation. I do want you to take time to make sure you look at the just for today as well, because these two go hand in hand. This particular meditation, this one is now talking on a different level about the things that were spoken about in the just for today. When we are able to take responsibility for our own recovery and we're not casting blame on others that are in our orbit. Oh, the reason I did such and such is that that waitress did this. And no, we're taking responsibility for the fact that we should be able to unconditionally apply grace to everyone that we encounter, whether there's someone we're going to be dealing with in our home on a day-to-day basis all the time, or if they're a stranger to us. And actually, in my point of view, my own personal spiritual growth and maturity and ability to face my own responsibilities and take responsibility for my solution as well, right, is measured, in my point of view, how well I treat the people I don't know. The people I love and the people I like, oh, you're good. You'll get my grace no matter what. You'll get my understanding no matter what, because you are pulling at my heartstrings. However, the people I don't know, the people that I'm driving down the road with and I don't like how they're driving, the waitress or just someone that is in my orbit, but not a part of my world, for real, that's the test of whether or not I have grown. That's the test of whether or not my spiritual principles are being applied in all of my affairs, not the ones that I just pick and choose. So we want to make sure today that we are being responsible, not just for what feels comfortable. That's really the point, right? That we're being responsible for everything that is going on in our lives. The stuff that feels comfortable, but most importantly, the stuff that is not feeling comfortable. What am I willing to do about it? Where can I start showing significant growth by changing the things that I can? We all have a general ideal about the things that we can't change. But a lot of the pain, a lot of the wrestling, the lot of the lack of taking responsibilities for what's going on is something that we can actually change. And it's not that we lack the wisdom to know the difference. We might lack the will to acknowledge the difference, but we know what we can change and what we can't change. And yes, sure, you get newcomers, some people that, and not even necessarily newcomers, some people that keep banging their head up against the wall trying to make a relationship that hasn't been working forever work. And I would say they're in denial, but I'm not so certain that they're lacking the wisdom of knowing what they can and cannot change. They lack the will to change what they can. And that's problematic, because when I lack the will to change the things that I can, I need to ask God for the courage. I need to go to my higher power and say, you know what, I know this is not good. This is not good or healthy for me or anyone else, but I'm afraid. I need courage to change this. Help me become more bold so that I can change it. This is a powerful meditation, one that I cannot appropriately unpack for you today, but I know you get the sense of it. I know you understand what I'm saying. And I want you to take time today to meditate on this. Come back to it. If you're at a convention and things are about to jump off for Sunday Spiritual Day, that's fine. come back to it. Come back to it when you can really be still and really be quiet and pray and meditate on this. If you can do that, I guarantee you, things are going up from here for you. You've been in the flow of the stream, so let's get out there and do something wonderful and mighty today. I want you to make January the 8th the best January 8th that you've ever lived. I want you to have a great day on purpose. Do that for yourself. You deserve it. I'll be talking to you soon.